Hi everyone, this is Richard. In this video, let's go over icons. So I'm having a hard time in terms of organizing and learning in a solid way in my head Flutter. So I have to start somewhere, and it's been a while since I'm trying to figure this out. So what I'm going to start doing is going over, and I hope this works, going over the viewable widgets. Now that's, when I say it's viewable widget, that's not in the official documentation. That's just my type of thinking. So the viewable widgets in my mind are the widgets you can actually see on the screen. Okay, icon is one of them. This is opposed to other types of widgets, which are more like an organizational type of widget, like the material app widget, right? That's not something you see, but it can organize things. We went through container, we went through row. Those are things that you don't see. All you see is the child widget in that structural organization, right? But the important thing is I want to be able to learn what these viewable widgets are so I can use them in more of those other structural type of widgets. Now, this particular widget or any type of viewable widget many times requires different types of structural widgets themselves. So in other words, I have this widget, but I can't just display it. I have to put it within as a child for a parent widget, and those parent widgets are different depending upon the child widgets that are viewable. Okay, so it makes it a little bit extra confusing. So let's go over a bunch of the child widgets and then show how they're different from the parent widgets, and maybe, I'm hoping, crossing my fingers, that this is going to make it a little bit easier to understand. Okay, so here I have my application, material app, new stateful. Okay, stateful extends stateful widget, and my state extends state. Okay, same thing as before. I think I changed this around a little bit because I lost my old information on the my computer had to change. But anyway, we have return scaffold and bottom navigation bar. Here's the property right there. Okay, and I'm going to just say new icon. This is just the syntax. Icons.accessAlarm. It's that simple. Okay, if I want to do something different, I can do like an Android, like an adjust. I don't even know what that is. We can see things like that. Okay, but the icon is just a picture. Okay, so you can't interact with it in any way whatsoever. In plain web Dart or even in Angular, if you remember, if we wanted to interact with it, all we would have to do is put like an on-click or a click type of method. So we just add methods onto these elements, or here it would be widgets, right? In Flutter, you can't do that. You can't add a method onto the widgets themselves. You cannot do that. What instead you do is you have to hook it onto a parent widget that has the capability of being interactable. Okay? So in and of itself, it either has or does not, it does or does not have a capability of being interactive. If it does not have the capability of being interactive, you have to make it a child of a parent widget that does have the capability of being interactable. Okay? So here, I can't just add the interactability, right? So here, instead, I'm going to say new, what's the parent interactable widget? It's called IconButton. Now, this is one of the things that you can't just know this. You have to actually look it up. You can't just figure this out. But if we understand the concept that, oh, I want it interactable, then you can start understanding, oh, what's the parent that can be interactable here? So the icon here, I'll make it new icon, and then I'll say icons. Again, that's just the syntax. Dot, I'll do Android this time. And on pressed, I'm going to say something. It's going to do something, right? And down here, I'll say void something, and I'll have it just print something happened. Okay, so I will go ahead and try to make this icon interactable. Okay, so get rid of that. So it's interactable now. I click on it and something happened. I click on it again and something happened again. Okay, so that's the concept. It's that I cannot just make the icon interactable. I have to make it the child of a parent that has the interactability. I'm not even sure if that's a word, okay? But the characteristics of being, the property of being interactable in order for the icon to be interactable, okay? So I think now that you might understand, at least I do, that why I'm learning the viewable icons so that, or the viewable widgets, so that I can understand a little bit of the parent widgets and how they actually work. All right, so let's keep going through. Let's go through several of these because all of the parent widgets are going to be different, right? So for an icon button, you're not going to have a interactable button like a raised floating button or anything like that, right? So we'll have to learn what the parents are for every widget that is a viewable widget here. Okay, so let's keep going on. Thank you.